Hey guys, today we're playing a game about ninjas. Do you remember the 1990s? We're playing a game almost as cool as Ninja Turtles. It's not quite that cool, but it's also something that I need to point out because this game is considered, like, by a lot of people. We're not going to get into the storyline of the game either, like, it's going to show cutscenes at points. People think this is, like, the hardest game ever made, and I just want to go ahead and say, like, I beat this fucking game before. I've never beat Ninja Gaiden 2 or 3 before. I thought 2 was the one that was the hard one. This game was kind of like almost a wuss to me, and everyone thinks that this game is the hardest game of the Ninja Gaiden series. And this is the one I beat, honestly. And you want to know what? The reason that this game is so hard isn't because it's like a difficult game or anything. It's because this is a broken-ass game that people overhype the living shit out of by going, this is one of the greatest games ever and it's so hard too. And it's the reason that this fucking shitty game is so hard, because this one even isn't good. The second one is the one that's good. And the gameplay in this game is so broken. Sorry, I was considering, why'd I even play this fucking game right now? Why didn't I just play the second one? Why don't I play something that's good? But no, I'll show you just some stupid shit. This game is, like, not even that hard, and everyone thinks it's, like, it's on the internet, notoriously one of the hardest games ever made. This is the one that I beat. I was like fucking 15 or 16 when I beat the game, so... And let me tell you this, I wasn't the best in the entire world. I was kind of just casually picking this shit up and playing it because it was like on sale for like $4 at Punkoland. And that's how I got into the game, so... Here's the boss. It gets later into the game, like stage 2 and beyond. And that's where you start to see this game is mechanically broken as shit. Sorry for trailing off like that. Whoosh! I took a couple shots and they're really starting to kick in. Because that's what I do on weekdays. Every weekday. At 6. Now, we're not listening to the story. The story does start to explain why you are in... All of a sudden you're in a mine as opposed to the city and... It's a really corny story, just like all fucking ninja films. It makes me think about how popular ninjas were in the 90s, and weren't ninjas something that, like, came from, like, a different time period? Like, the fucking... 15th and 16th century when martial arts was like a prominent form of fighting and stuff like that, and swordplay was a thing. See, this is why the game's broken. I killed him. Let's just say I go back here for some reason. Oh, he's back now! And I'll show you the other reason it's broken. Hit me. You can't control that fallback that happens. And that's why this game is harder than fucking dick. And to be honest, I don't even think that this game is particularly that hard. I think the other ones are way harder. See, you die like that all the time. I just want to explain how a poorly made game is not only considered the best in the series, but also, like, an instant classic based on its difficulty, all based on nothing besides broken-ass mechanics. This is the perfect example of a really shitty-ass game. The other ones are such improvements. And it's not that the gameplay sucks or anything, it's how it's mechanically controlled as you proceed through the game. And again, the other part that makes this game a pile of dicks to me is the fact that this is deemed the classic of the series, when this is by far the shittiest entry. And the fact that it's so hard because of broken mechanics is what makes this game so popular. And then you get to this level. This is where most people like throw in the towel and quit. This isn't shit. It's all this extra side shit. See? You die cheap-ass deaths like that. It just almost makes me think, why am I doing this with my life? If it was 1989, maybe I would say to myself, well, I have a Nintendo Entertainment System inside of my house, so at least I got that going for me. But now, when I start playing this broken-ass shit, I just go, what the fuck? The reason that this game is hard is because it's broken. Especially when the art style has had a lot of time to form. Now, I've just personally have been getting on like a what's the point of anything type of mode here. And I just want to say that I'm not part of like a YouTube community or anything. I know how communities like this alienate other people. A lot of people like me, and I just want to say that I am absolutely not part of this. I'm just trying to be the demonstration that I just do whatever the fuck I want for self-amusement, and that's why I don't, like, force people to, like, comment and subscribe to any of my shit, like a lot of artists do on YouTube. That, like, don't like any of my shit, don't just... You can hide in the darkness, and this is just something you're doing while you're at home, like... For anyone that followed me on Facebook, I said a lot of horrendous, offensive things on Facebook. A lot of personal shit that, like, no one's ever gonna talk about. I'm personally just trying to make it fun for myself by just saying, yeah, I'm gonna say some really dark, sick shit, and I want to show you how little I give a fuck about any of this. I don't care about any of this. I don't care what one of these fucking dumb shits fucking thinks. This is just some jackass on a computer publicly posting things about themselves. That's all this is. This might be a tougher boss. Oh no, it's just the guy that's got that little ball. Fuck. Fuck you. This is gonna take all of my cunning. Get out of here. I'm surprised we even got this far, but I'm just demonstrating how little I give a shit. I go on Facebook and talk about, like, masturbating in parks and shit, and I just want to show you, fuck you, and how little I care about this, because guess what? I don't fit in here either. I don't fit in on this fucking computer. This actually alienates the shit out of me. To be honest, some people are really comfortable on the computer. Not me. This is really alienating and dark to me, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Going on Facebook and fucking other little, like, internet groups. Like, I don't belong here. So let this... Maybe I can help myself by talking about it, and maybe other people feel the same damn way that I feel about that. Yeah. No one talks to me either. People usually avoid my phone calls and shit when I, like, call them when I'm in those modes of I don't give a fuck about anything, and that's the only reason I'm calling in the first place. Just to further demonstrate, and to be honest, I'm on my own experiment. I'm just picking at people, and I'll just openly admit it. I've been seeing a lot of people around me recently, and I understand. I'm not going to elaborate any of the things that some of the people know about me. especially when we start, we're not in the hood or anything, but when we're out on the street and shit, like, I'm just gonna say, the way some people have been approaching me, it's like, that is way too soft. If you're gonna talk to me, like, it is really hard to talk to somebody who's, like, walking by you, and you know they're walking by you on purpose, and then they look at you all of a sudden, but then they go like, ah, 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 and then quickly look away. Like, you just go, I'm gonna avoid this conversation. I do not want to talk to a person who just got a hot dish made for him for dinner, and Martha put the whole cuisine she just made, she put her whole heart into it, and I now have to sit there and eat over at your goddamn house. Like, ugh, I don't want to do that. But yeah, you're gonna have to come harder than that. I know, I'm sure there's some people that would want to talk to me, like, after putting them through a fucking life reality that they just had. And to anyone that hasn't had that life reality, this is gonna be a rude awakening later. Shit! God damn it. And I gotta start all the way back here. I can't, like, do these Martha moments in this hot dish, and it's so inappropriate, and I don't think we know each other well enough to have this moment. And for anyone that doesn't know what I'm saying, oh boy, is this gonna be a yucky moment. I'm not showing any sympathy at all. I'm taking my mittens off. I'm not hanging around with a bunch of people while I'm wearing my mittens anymore. And I'm just saying, yeah, I'm kind of like a, I'm not from the hood, but yeah, I'm like a street guy, and you're gonna have to talk way harder than that to me, otherwise I'm just gonna be like, man, get this bitch out of here. I can't tolerate it. Seriously, walking around and like notices all the time and shit. It's not good. And the only way it can happen is if you're isolated, so it turns into a more parenting style of thing that I have to pick up on and just go to the kid when things like go bad later. Just be like, you know your friends, are you just doing this with your friends because you're just like a group of guys that are like, you're at the bar taking shots, and you're just like, everyone here, remember this moment for the rest of your life, because this is history, and we're doing it right now. And they're just 5 dudes that all mean so much to each other. And as a parent, I'm gonna have to be like, you know your friends are just fucking pussies, right? Like, you know what they're gonna do. Their goal is to, they're just probably really depressed and smoking a ton of marijuana, probably for attention-seeking purposes, and on my phone. And that's what they're doing, and like, you just have to be like, you know that they're just gonna leave you, right? They're going to go down Mary Jo Road, move up to Anoka into some barn, don't you know, and like lock down that Mary Jo and make her shit out a bunch of kids. And that's what they're trying to do, so it's like, I don't think you're gonna like this when we break it down to priority. If I don't do it here, we're gonna just say next time on Video Game Show when I play a different game, because I never follow through with any of my games, because I realize that a lot of these games suck. Especially in retrospect, I'm not gonna play some ridiculously hard game that's hard as fuck because the controls are broken. But yeah, to hell with it. Yeah, I have to at least not be as disrespectful, but I also have to realize what this is all about, and just kind of realize that I'm unfortunately just in a really sad inner-tier suburb that's in the middle of some Midwestern state. And it's pretty much like this everywhere around here when you live amongst the forest and the cornfields. That's a sad way to put it, but you know something? It's a sad state of affairs, so suck my fucking ass. I've considered going back to just focusing on gameplay and having nice things to say, but like... you son of... See, broken ass shit. Just a broken ass fucking game. This game's a piece of shit. So I'm playing one of the classics. One of the main classics for Nintendo. One of the big ones too, and I'm just telling you how much this game fucking sucks, and for which reason, and why the sequels are so much better, and not understanding why the sequels aren't the ones that are focused on, because they at least improved on the format, because this game's fucking dumb. It doesn't fucking function right. The same way this hick-ass town doesn't operate the same way a normal person would. This is Hot Dish Boulevard and Don't You Know Road, and that's what this is. And I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is, and if you're gonna be talking to me and shit, you better be a little bit harder than this, because, fuck, I'm not even that hard. Stupid. I'm not even that tough. I'm not hard at all. And I find out that I'm the one making things awkward and intimidating other people and shit and making things weird, and I just go, I didn't even go that hard. So, fucking fat-ass piece of shit. I don't think we can go back to me, like, being nice. This really changed gears in 180 quick. And I think that's enough for today. I don't want to keep playing this game. I think this game sucks. But I'm just telling you, it's a classic, and it is a classic, and people, like, live and die by this version of the game, and not the second one for some reason, or the third one, which isn't even as good as the second one, but it's way better than the first one. And people love this one and think this is so incredibly hard, and you go, yeah, this is incredibly hard, because it's bullshit, and it's broken. And the mechanics are wrong, and they're off, and they got corrected in the other games, at least slightly, and people like this one because they're fucking stupid.